Warning, this show is uncensored. If you're a sensitive person who can't handle real conversation about topics that can be triggering, then why the fuck did you click on a video titled One Asshole's Opinion? You know what, Snowflake? You deserve whatever happens when this discussion upsets you. Grab your pacifier, wrap up in a blanket, get your stuffed animals, and watch something else. Otherwise, please enjoy. Welcome to One Asshole's Opinion, the show where I'm an opinionated asshole. And this is my son, who is also an asshole with lots of opinions. And usually they're right when he agrees with me.
Right.
Last week, we did a thing where we went back and forth reading some of our favorite insults at each other.
Absolutely.
This week, I wanted to give some real-life examples of me raising you and your brother and your step-siblings at the time, at one point.
Yeah.
And I had this theory of if I bust their balls super hard, when someone tries to bully them, it's not going to work. And it pretty much went straight.
Yeah, I mean,
except for Stephanie,
really
who was a little
worked.
more sensitive. Like, bullying didn't really affect you, Austin, or Joey.
No.
Like,
Never really had a problem with that.
at all. And I had this one thinking, hey, this kid's twice my size, even though we're in the same grade. We should wrestle on the way to the car every day.
Right.
And not back down, even though he was twice your size.
Oh, yeah. I never
I mean,
backed
he
down.
took you down, but you never, like...
But I also took him down
Yeah,
a fair
absolutely.
share of times.
But anyway, that's not really the point. The point is, I saw a meme a while back, and it was saying how if you bust your kid's balls, it's not tough parenting. It's you're an asshole and you're mistreating your kid and you're going to raise them to hate you and all sorts. I didn't bother saving the meme to even read it here because it was so far wrong from my experience. My family busts balls. My dad busted my balls growing up. My brothers busted my balls growing up. I busted theirs growing up. And here was my rule. He could bust my balls. His brother could. His step-siblings. Back. And if it was funny, I fucking fist bumped that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Every time. Because the point was to toughen them up. And my general rule, as you should be able to concur with, was I didn't do it when I was mad. When I was actually pissed and wanted to punish him, I wasn't like, you are a blithering idiot. Because there's a difference with saying it at a time when you're joking around, and there's another thing where you're telling a kid, hey, you're actually fucking stupid. That's not the same thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing it to actually hurt his self-esteem. I was doing it where it's like, okay, well, if you said that about me, what the fuck is someone else going to say that's going to hurt my feelings?
Yeah. I mean, between the fact that you never let something horrible hurt my feelings just by always saying it. Like, it's like that joke about, oh, the worst thing to happen in 2001 was my birth. Okay, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, that's absolutely hilarious. So when I would get into verbal altercations that sometimes led to physical altercations on the bus, it really never dug me. Like, I always thought, ooh, I'm gay because I ate a sandwich. Okay.
Yeah, someone would say something like that, and he's like, all right, whatever. Well, first of all, I also raised him not to, we tend to be conservative. We're definitely Christians. We fail as far as language stuff goes a lot of the time, as you can tell by the title of the show.
Title of the show, right.
But you have to know, some of the things that I would... What?
Huh?
No, you look like you were going to say something. Go ahead.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, I would say things that were super harsh.
Oh, yeah.
I would get reports back of, oh, this kid tried this shit at school, and haha, I gave a shit what he thinks.
Right.
And it worked out in a positive way, too. Like, when this one went to middle school, he was in Brattleboro, Vermont. And on his first day, I walked him in, and I was about to leave, and he gave me a kiss on the cheek in front of everybody. And I was like, that doesn't embarrass you? He's like, you're my dad. I don't care what they think. And that's my goal from the beginning. When raising my kids, my goal was that. And sorry, I forgot to finish my point about, I also raised you not to think being called gay was necessarily a bad
Right,
thing.
it's like-
because he's got plenty of gay friends. Even as a Christian and a conservative, we
I know the
couldn't
book
care
also
less.
says not to judge.
Right.
So, like-
that, I figure no matter what someone
My
else
sins
is,
are between me and God. Your sins are between you and God, and I'm not going to try putting my nose there.
yeah, exactly. It's none of our business. Like, I got my own shit to take care of. That's not.
I know that I'm supposed to want happiness for my brothers and sisters, and that's humanity. So if it makes them happy, it's not my decision whether or not it's a sin, and it's not my decision whether or not it's right.
Yeah. But anyway, the point is, so I would bust their chops all the time. And many times they would come back with stories like his brother Joey,
Yeah.
right? Was it 2 years ago or last year? It was last year.
No, it wasn't last year
It was
because
the
I
year
was still attending. So was it last year?
Last school year.
So yeah, it was
Yeah,
last
it was
year.
last school year. Anyway, before everything shut down. Just before it.
Just before everything shut down.
His brother had music that he was playing on the bus, and he's always liked whatever, music from all eras. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
really likes a lot of 80s stuff, 70s stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was
this
playing.
particular day, we were listening mostly to a bunch of parody music,
Oh, okay.
specifically offensive parody music, because me, him, and the kids that we were sitting with really enjoyed it the last few days. So we were listening to it, and this one kid kept mouthing off. He was saying, your music taste is trash. You are trash. I want to fight you. You're a piece of shit, and everything you like is trash. And then the next song that came on was Sweet Home Alabama. And kid says, hey, this one's good. I really like this song.
To which his brother responded, that's because you
Really like your sister. Right.
Not only did he not care that he was called dumb and gay or whatever he was called for liking the music he liked, he then immediately snapped back because that's how I trained them. It's like if someone's going to give you shit and you don't deserve it, give it back. Don't stand there and take it. Bullies hate when you respond.
They absolutely do, and that
Because-
was my favorite part.
A bully wants you to be afraid of them and intimidated by them. And when you look at them and go, you like that song because you enjoy sexual relations with a family member, which is basically what he said without using all of those
Basically,
words.
I mean, it was.
It's really hard for that guy to go, oh, he's just going to be easy to bully.
Oh, yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, having a smart-ass mouth does tend to get one punched in the nose. And this is not
That's
a
where we
surprise.
use our size to back it up.
See, I have this lump here in the middle of my nose because my mouth,
I have an almost identical lump in mine.
yeah, my mouth got me punched here many, many times.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I wasn't afraid of it.
Why would you be?
Hell, I had someone that was so, angry with
at
me.
you.
He shot me in the arm with a pellet gun or BB gun, whatever it was, and
And
it's
the
still
pellet
in
is
my
still
arm
in his arm.
because it didn't fucking hurt. I didn't care.
Whatever.
I've showed people over the years. It's like, hey, feel that, and they're like, oh, you could feel it moving. It's like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
right there.
It's nice.
Fucking weird.
It's cool.
But,
It's really cool.
Yeah, but the point is, it's like when I say things, he would go in to go to the bathroom, and I would just wait until he was in there for. I knew he was sitting down and going to be a couple minutes, and I'd constantly for years I did this to you.
For years.
It's like, what are you doing? Jerking off? I bet you're jerking off. If you do that all the time while you're shitting, you're not going to be able to get a boner without the smell of shit. That's kind of gross. And he's like, could you just leave me alone?
I just want to shit in peace. Like, if I were knocking on the door and saying anything, it didn't matter what the words were. If there were words coming out of my mouth to you while you're shitting, you'd be pissed. You'd be like, no, just let me fucking shit.
Unless it was funny.
Well, no.
No,
even if I was saying something funny, you'd say, just let me shit. And that's what I was thinking. I'm trying to take a dump here. And you're talking to me while my bowels are moving. That's uncomfortable.
But like, and you might think, oh, well, you're not being sensitive. What if your kid's sensitive? I had a stepdaughter. I considered her my daughter. The way I was raising her, I raised her like she was my own. She considered me her dad for the longest time. And I will tell you right now, she 100% was super sensitive. And I didn't bust her chops as much,
Right.
but I still gave her some because I wanted to like have her get used to like people talk this way sometimes.
Girls are bitches.
Oh my God. I literally gave her that advice. She came home from school and she's like, well, this girl was doing this, this, and this, and she was my friend, and now she's saying we're not friends, and I can't hang out with her, and I can't hang out with this girl because they're friends, and if I hang out with her, then she won't be friends with her, and they're better friends, so she doesn't want to hang out with me. And I was like, well, there's one thing you need to understand. Little girls are bitches. And she just looked at me, and she's like, what? And her mom, Craig, how could you say that? I'm like, because I fucking met little girls.
Acknowledgement.
Like, when I was a little boy and I looked around at the female versions of the people in my class.
Oh, and it's not sexist or anything. Little boys are assholes.
Oh, yeah. Please don't think when I say little girls are bitches, I'm saying, but boys were perfect.
No.
Oh,
if
no.
anything, little boys are
They're
more
worse.
assholes
Oh, absolutely.
than girls are bitches.
Like, everybody's got a little cunt in them.
Oh, every single person.
And I mean that in the British way, where it's not the worst offensive word on the planet.
And I mean it in the way where it's the most offensive thing on the planet.
So did I.
Right.
But just in case I'm getting censored by YouTube.
Just say it in an Australian accent. They can't. The censors don't catch it.
Crikey. There it is. It's the
Wild cunt.
It's a wild cunt. I'm going to sneak up and stick my thumb in his butthole. Yes, because that cunt has a butthole.
Fucking perfect.
I don't even know what that means. No, but seriously.
I mean, all right. You know what? I've got a story. If you want the story,
Please.
all right.
That's
So
the
an
point.
interaction I had was I was getting along with this girl on the bus, and she was, I'm not gonna say any names, but she was part of the special ed class, and she didn't have many friends, and I figured a win-win. A, she was giving me her sandwiches, and I like sandwiches, and the second win,
Sandwiches from a... What? I wasn't going to say retard. That's mean.
well,
It's like taking sandwiches from a baby. See?
okay. And she needed a friend, and I didn't care, whatever.
Right.
So I sat next to her, and she would give me the sandwich, and we'd shoot the shit, and we were getting along. And this kid from the back of the bus, what are you, eating a sandwich? What a fag. And I thought, yeah, I'm eating a sandwich.
What he
I'm
should have
gay
said is,
for
you
it."
should have seen me yesterday when I was blowing a dude.
Well. No, but so I'm sitting there trying to eat my damn
You
sandwich.
think sandwiches are gay? Check this out.
I'll show you gay. No, like what? But I'm sitting there eating my damn sandwich, and this kid and his fucking friends in the back of the bus can't get enough of opening their mouth and thinking that they're saying something smart. And it's like, just shut up and let me eat my sandwich. And I said this. I said, just shut up and let me eat my sandwich. Okay, sure, I'm gay because I ate a fucking awesome sandwich. Okay? And this goes on for days. And every day they're bombarding me, thinking that I give a fucking shit what they say. And I let them have it. Every single afternoon, I'm eating a perfect Elvis sandwich with the honey and the peanut butter and the banana, and it's tasty. And then the last day when they had enough and they wanted to fight me because I was eating a sandwich, right? They're like, oh, let's go fight you. And I was like, how about let's not fight over a fucking sandwich. I'm just going to sit here and eat my sandwich and you could sit on your ass and stop talking. And they're like, nope, we're going to fight. And I was like, I don't think we're going to fight because I'm just going to sit here and eat my sandwich and you're going to sit there and
But
shut
it
up.
turns out when there are 5 of them and 1 of you, and they decide they want to fight, they don't really care if you're in the mood for such activities.
Well, I didn't care either. And the thought was, they were like, oh, where are you getting off? And I was like, Your mom's house. No. No. And they were like, oh, what stop are you getting off of the bus? And I was like, oh, I'm getting off at the middle school. Because they wanted to fight. I didn't want to fight, and I didn't care.
I was
gonna
there to
tell
pick
them,
up his brother anyway.
I was going to tell him where I was getting off. And the girl I'm sitting next to stands up, and she says, hey, you guys need to pick on somebody else or something like that. She was trying to be nice, right? And then they attacked her with, oh, do we
Verbally.
need verbally? They're like, do we need to slow a punch at you, retard? And I was like, that's not how you fucking treat someone in the special ed class. She can't defend herself.
As someone who uses the word retarded when things are fucking stupid, I don't use it with someone that actually has mental problems or a condition that makes
Right.
it so that they are, I wouldn't say that to someone with Down syndrome or
Like, I was not in the
Asperger's
mood
or-
to fight. I was not in the mood to fight. I didn't want to fight.
that being said.
That being said, I was gonna fight because they
When you
started
call
shit
someone
with this
that
girl.
has mental retardation a retard, you deserve to be punched in the face.
So
That's also how I
I mean,
raised
that's
it.
how it happened. Was they started talking shit about her? I was like, all right, I'm ready to fucking fight then. If you're gonna be doing that, and we went outside, out in front of the bus, and
The 5 of them jumped him,
yeah, the 5 of them jumped me, kicked
claiming
me,
after the fact that
yeah,
it wasn't
got
true.
got me to the ground.
The video footage from the school's security cameras showed otherwise, but
Yeah, the kids got me down to the ground and just started kicking the hell out of my ribs and the back of my head. And I stood up, not in pain, thinking they couldn't even fucking concuss me. And I yelled at
on
them.
concrete with 5 of them.
Right, and I'm yelling at them as they're running away because they heard somebody say the word cop, right? They're running away, and I stand up and I'm like, you punk bitches, come fight me, I'm ready. And they're running away, and it's like, okay. The next day in school, one of the kids involved yells at me from across the room, how'd it feel to get your ass kicked? And I was like, how about you say that over here?
Okay, can I ask you a question? If you're supposed to come up with a story that was about how you react because of me busting your balls,
it was-
where was the busting of? Like,
It was the back and forth of the busting
okay.
balls the whole time.
I-
I didn't
I
care that
guess.
they didn't like me because I was eating a fucking sandwich on the bus. I like sandwiches, okay? I really like sandwiches, especially if they're good.
coming soon from One Asshole's Opinion Productions, though I like sandwiches shirt.
Ooh. I want a shirt that says I like sandwiches.
And then dash Jason Jakes.
Yeah, I'd wear it there too. I don't care. But yeah, the whole thing was like,
Anyway,
I didn't care what they thought about me. I was eating my sandwich. I like sandwiches. I like shit
the
talking.
thing I also taught him is, and that kind of goes to this, I bust his brother's balls, his step siblings' balls, but defend people smaller, weaker, or handicapped, or whatever. You always defend someone else, always. If they're smaller, even if it's your friend, if you find one of your friends is picking on someone that's smaller than them, like, you step in and you even the fucking playing field.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my
Because,
goodness.
like I said, I'm all about free speech, and I'm one of those people that uses the R word a lot.
Yeah.
But I never use it about someone that's actually got a
Handicap. Right, like, because
period.
that would be fucked up.
Yeah, you know who I don't make fun of? People who don't deserve it. And I've never had someone with Down syndrome start shit with me.
No, actually, the only 2 people with Down syndrome I ever met were the nicest fucking people on the planet.
And I'm sure assholes come in every variety. I'm not
Oh, yeah.
saying that it can't
Oh, yeah.
happen. I'm saying I've personally never felt the need to verbally attack someone who
Had
has
a handicap. Like, that's,
Yeah, I don't get it.
don't punch down,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, that's
Ugh.
literally the right phrase. But, what do I know? I'm just an asshole, and that's just my opinion.